Hello once again, audience, and welcome back to another video about a movie. Now, recently we did Terror Birds, and the ones before that were like Species and Halloween, which have been a while, I guess, and I will continue with the Halloween series very soon, because, hey, guess what? It's October. Anyway, my friend Michelle Dijkhausen, I think, was one of the people that also recommended this film. And recently, someone in the comments as well. Shout out to him. He also recommended another film. And I was just like, all right, let me just check online, see if I can find them. And they were right there on Amazon for a very cheap price. So I was like, screw it, let's just order them. And here we are, the next day. And they came in. So this one will be for another time. And for today, we are going with Interview with the Vampire. Now, what do I expect from this? Drink from me and live forever. Now, actually, first vibes I'm getting is like, if you've seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which I am a big fan of. Oh, Christian Slater is in this. And Brad Pitt. I knew Tom Cruise, but I didn't know those two as well. Very interesting. Anyway, oh yeah, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I am reminded of those flashbacks of about Angel in like late 1800s. You know, is it gonna be like that? I would love that very much, because I do think this is about like those same type of vampires. Like, you know, you have the monster ones from like you see in 30 Days of Night, it was called, I believe. It's been a while since I've seen that film. But you also have like the vampires who shall not be named, but you also have the vampires that dress up like it's the 90s, because they're out of touch with... Oh God, don't you say this plastic that's around them. Alright, anyway, I have actually absolutely no idea what to expect from a movie called Interview with the Vampire. Is it like a euphemism? Is it an actual interview? Is he telling a story during an interview? Is it going to be like an Angel flashback? So many options. And, alright, you know what? I will be right back, and we will start watching this film right after I freed it from its plastic prison. Boop. Alright, so here we go. Interview with a Vampire. I am very, very curious. I know it's like based on an Anne Rice novel, but that's about it. I don't think I've ever read any vampire novels except like the Buffy the Vampire Slayer ones. Antonio Banderas. There's some big names in this film. I did not know. The Vampire Chronicles. Is that like that's probably the book series, right? There aren't any other films in this shit. Kirsten Dunst. So wait, it is an actual interview?
This is where you live? 1791 was the year it happened.
Angel flashbacks!
Younger than you are now. The times were different.
I love this type of vibe though, just like with Darlan.
To the whore at my side. To the pimp that followed.
I forgot his name. Angel.
But it was a
His real name.
that accepted.
Liam. Ah, so the
I've come to it.
change is slow.
Life has
Interesting.
no meaning
Mm. Right, so it's not a slow process, it just didn't finish the process before.
Would you like another cigarette? Bothering you, is it?
I'm really wondering where this concept is going.
It's not like you're gonna die from cancer or anything.
I guess he's just playing with him, and like, does he have the same interest as like Tom Cruise had in him?
What about crucifixes? Crucifixes. I will not take her life. I've done it for you.
So they don't like lose their humanity, so to speak.
Pretend to drink, at least. Shouldn't go to waste.
Oh God.
I'm a vampire who prowls the night, killing rats and poodles. You could have finished us both. Condemn me to hell. I don't know hell.
Yeah, I'm liking this concept quite a lot. I'm seeing similarities here, like a vampire with a conscience. Is this like literally just like the inspiration for Buffy's vampires, like Angel and Spike? Because I can see this being an inspiration for it. One vampire with a conscience, one hardcore, one with blonde hair. You gave him a curse. Oh my God. Oh my God, that's such a young Kirsten Dunst.
Yes, this calls for a celebration. There's still life in the old lady yet.
Oh my God.
Come back! You are what you are!
It's a bit like the duality of like Angel and Jealous, like sort of. I always loved these parts in Buffy the Vampire Slayer with like these types of vampire stories. Oh. I like how this is like a very romanticized, like it's very sensual and. I guess this also means that Lestat was a pretty douchey human being, and like Louis was like,
You feel it like no other creature.
he was very depressed, but he wasn't like an asshole.
You don't want it to go on. No.
Or is this like a case of either you die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain?
Stop! Enough!
Oh. Can a vampire die from that? There's...
I want some more.
Of course you want.
My little psycho, my little psycho.
Hannah, Louie, be like her one day?
Oh,
Won't you? More.
her mind grows older. With time you change.
30 years had passed, yet her body remained that of an eternal child.
That is... Oh my God. There was a kid vampire in Buffy, but they didn't really do much with him. Can you imagine becoming a vampire on a bad hair day?
Bed.
And if I cut my hair again?
It will grow back again.
She'll never ever grow up. Oh, Lestat. I must do more than that.
She's gonna try to kill
I brought a
him.
present for you.
Did she poison the boys?
Oh, no.
Yes. I killed them, unfortunately. But it keeps the blood warm. One lesson you taught me. Never drink from the dead.
Louis? Put me in my coffin.
I am loving these unusual to me at least, rules for vampires. Like, don't drink dead blood. Oh my god. It's a lot more interesting than just a typical sunlight kills, no mirror reflection,
Then perhaps
decapitation stake, and other than that, immortality.
he was my maker.
I'm really wondering where like the interview is going. Lestat isn't dead, is he? He's not just gonna come back from the swamp just to immediately die again. He's just gonna keep on hunting them and just getting more and more like deformed.
Straining to recall the color that in my youth I had taken for granted.
Country
Oh.
after
He
country,
doesn't see colors
and
anymore?
always we found nothing.
I love that I absolutely have no idea where this is going. It's been a while since a movie had me like on the edge of my seat. Like I've watched Dune last weekend and it was a really good film and I enjoyed it a lot, but there's like a certain, oh, that's going to happen, there's going to be like action, there's going to be things are going to be overthrown. You already know the old movie as well, and, but I have no idea what's going to happen or where this is going. That's really exciting. Oh no, he is French! Ah!
Santiago.
Stop the tomfoolery. Antonio Banderas.
I searched the world for an immortal, and this is what I find.
Ooh la la. Just look at him. That is a smart way to bring out misinformation about vampires, the garlic and the staking.
Each one of you.
Louis, what's happening to
He
her?
actually did it.
She's dying.
Oh my god, sunlight is gonna come down from there, isn't it? I am actually not sure if they're gonna survive this or not. Holy shit. Oh, they're all sleeping there, aren't they? He finally found other vampires. Oh, just to have to kill them all off. If Buffy didn't take the whole idea of vampire with a soul from like this story, like the book or the movie, I don't know. Oh my god. Holy shit. This film got gory at the end. So I guess decapitation and, well, fire and sunlight still kill these vampires, but oh my god.
Then, as the years progressed, tones of purple, red, and my long-lost blue.
Superman. Also, he does see color.
I'm so glad you're here.
Lestat lives. Damn. You don't look so good, son. If anything, I thought he was gonna come back for vengeance, not be like broken.
Buried less than half a year.
It's good stuff.
I would have been happy to join you.
Good stuff. I assume I need no introduction.
Damn, I did not expect. I absolutely love this. Oh my god. Alright, so, oh my god, that was Interview with the Vampire. I honestly have to say I kind of regret having watched this before, because I actually really loved this. This was really good. Like, I love the concept of like the mysticism behind the vampires, and that there's like the little tidbits of like oh, those rules are bullshit with the crosses and the garlic, like the power of God compels you and all that. So that was really interesting. So let's just start at the beginning. Like when it comes to the story of this film, actually if you have to explain the plot, and I kind of actually. It's going to sound bad at the start when I'm going to explain this probably, but it's a good thing. Because there's not much of a plot going on, actually. It's just... he wants to get his message across to this interviewer guy. So he basically just tells about his past, and which is basically just how he traveled, what he did while traveling, the people he met, and how he got to be in life... on life where he is now, and there's not so much actually going on as like a plot. But that also meant that while I was watching the film, I didn't know what was going to happen. It wasn't a thing of like, oh, we need to get the item to activate the thing so we can defeat the stuff, you know, the kind of typical plot where you can kind of predict what's going on. I was going in blind, and I stayed blind, like I had no idea what was going to happen, and I liked that a lot. It kept me on the edge of my seat, and despite not so much exciting stuff happening in the film, except at the end, I was... well, you probably noticed while watching this film, I didn't have much to say or many comments throughout the film, because I was just like... well, like Lestat did to his victims, just entranced by the film itself. And that basically comes down to like the characters. Like Lestat, he's like a manipulative asshole basically, but I feel like he's an asshole, you know. He's like a little bit of a bitch, little psycho, little manipulative, but it feels like all he wants is technically just a family. That's why when Louis left, he didn't come back for revenge. He was just a broken thing of himself. And at the very end of the film, when he actually comes back, it's because he saw Louis again. He sees a moment of like, not, I don't want to say redemption, but another opportunity to have that family again. It's very interesting. Like, Louis himself was basically... like, I'm a huge fan of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, so Louis was very much where I saw like little bits of like, they even at one point said a vampire with a soul. If Buffy didn't take the Angel story directly from like this, like be it the movie or the book, that's one huge coincidence, because I got so many vibes of like the show Angel and those flashbacks and everything, and I absolutely loved it. That was amazing. And then there's like the little girl, Claudia, who I did not expect they were gonna actually just kill off like that. You know, I thought she would get her mom, and they would just, because Louise by himself at the end, like with the interviewer, I thought they would just like sod off and be on their own, but no. Poor woman gets to be a vampire for not even a single night, and she's dead. And yeah, that was also very interesting, though. That like I'm so used to, like, with Buffy and so many other media, like when a person becomes the vampire, they say like, oh, the person themselves is actually still dead. It's just the vampire entity walking around in their body. And in this case, it was actually very much like they still are that same person. And on that point, I would like to say, like, this movie makes the vampires like very like mystical and sensual and erotic, almost like the way, also in the way how they like approach their victims. But unlike most films where they're like they make that the vampires, like, oh, the mysticism, the like, ooh la la, the vampires. This movie really shows that, but then also drives the point home of like, no, this is a freaking curse. This is a pain. This is hell. This is an existence you would not desire to wish upon anyone. Well, kinda, like with Claudia being like stuck as a child forever, basically, like never getting to grow up. Like your mind grows up, but can you imagine still having to be like in the body of a child and everyone treating you as a child? And there was so much going on in this film, like really interesting concepts. Also with the vampires themselves, their powers. Like Louis had like those eyes, and at one point I felt like they made him say like he saw things like dark, like the black water, and he missed the color. But I guess that was more of a euphemism, because at the end, when he talks about movies turning into color, and so I guess he did see color. Maybe I just misunderstood there something, but yeah, whatever. But I like the part where like Lestat could read minds, and like the creepy French mime vampire guy also. That little guy who was like the one with the scythe on stage. He could read minds, and like there were different little power things for vampires, and I really like that concept. Like that they're not all the same, but also that they're a lot harder to kill than just like stake through the heart, or although Louis kind of did swiftly with a couple of them at the end of the film. So I guess Lestat also lied on some points, like oh, that's all bullshit. It wasn't all bullshit. Like the God part and everything was, I guess, like the power of Jesus compels you. They're like, no, it does not. But yeah, that was absolutely fantastic. So I would like to thank the people that recommended this movie so very much, and I really regret not having seen this before, especially now. Like, oh my god. So if anyone knows of like, are there more Anne Rice based films that are worth watching? Is there any other films like I've seen Lost Boys a long time ago. I definitely want to rewatch that one again as well. But like, I would love to see more new stuff that I haven't seen like this. And like Queen of the Damned, I've seen Queen of the Damned. I don't remember much of it. It's been a long time ago, and I do remember everyone saying like nowadays it's a complete crap shit of a film. So is that something I would want to watch again? I'm not really sure, but this was absolutely fantastic, absolutely fantastic, Mark. Yes, I know you're watching. You're always watching, Mr. Hackerman. Anyway, where was I again? Yeah, with the characters. The one thing I was a little bit confused about sort of was like just the why he was giving the interview, like because he wanted to put a message across to the guy. But I feel like, why would you need to give him that message if in the first place he didn't even know you existed? It's a little bit like, but don't think too much about it, Maybe he just wanted to, like, he's been alone for a long time. He just wanted to, how do you call it? What's the saying in English? He's like, air out your heart. Is that a saying? I don't know. I'll make it a saying if it isn't. He just wanted to, like, speak his mind for a bit, have like a therapeutic session, basically. And I do have to say, though, that, like, I don't think this film got a sequel, did it? I don't think it ever did, but it really feels like it's like it was open to something Like, did this film not do so well in the theaters back in the day, or like, is it this like a like Hocus Pocus? Did this become a hit way afterwards? I'm really curious about that. I really do hope there's more like this. And oh my god, did I not know that we needed Antonio Banderas as a vampire? He would have made a great Dracula. And like, whatever actually happened to Antonio Banderas? You don't see much of him anymore. Like, I remember he was in the Zorro films and that Spy Kids films. And then you had Once Upon a Time in Mexico. And I don't think I ever actually saw him in anything else after that, pretty much. Huh. I'll have to look it up sometimes. Like, or you could just tell me down in the comments below. Because I'll probably forget to look it up after all this. Because, oh my god. Again, thank you so much. This was absolute great to watch. It wasn't just a fun film. I was actually like on the edge of my seat because I didn't know what was going to happen. In part to like the not being like a set plot or like a story of we need to stop this or we need to get this or we need to go there or we need to achieve this, but it was just like a slice of life of a vampire basically, and that was really cool. I loved it so very much. So once again, thank you to the people that recommended this film, and I will see you next time. Boop.